what I am doing here, it is so dry outside, but for the last, I want to say probably since September, I've been making my own body oils. Richard absolutely loves them. He just asked me, are you making any more oil? And I said, yeah, these are kind of empty. So I always make 2 at a time. I use them in old dropper bottles from a company that I used to buy it from all the time, Pure Essentials Inc. So if you don't want to make your own, you can go to their page and buy it. But what I use is pure sunflower oil. Sunflower oil is so beautiful on your skin. It is just, I don't know, been used for years and years and years. They also call it safflower oil. So I fill these up pretty full, and then I just add essential oils. And if I know that Richard is using them, I kind of use more of a spicy scent. Like here's some cloves. And then I just put my thumb over the opening, shake it up, and then my thumb, rub it on my hand, and I'll rub it in. So it literally, go, look how nice that is. Now smell it. That's pretty. That's nice. So yeah, that's what we use for our body. We've been reducing plastic bottles. I've been trying because I have so many. But I no longer use shampoo bottles. I use shampoo bars. So I'm gonna get these both. I'm gonna get these both shook up and put them. These used to be filled to the top with cotton pads from, you know, the dollar store that I use, crocheted ones. I've got a couple over here that I was using right now for my toner. So there's a couple there, and then there's some in there. And I want to fill these up with crochet pads, and then all I do is rinse them under the sink. Like I just wash them out under the sink and just let them dry. And then there's no more garbage, 0 waste. Woo-hoo. Just putting on this tank top to put my makeup on, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, it's coming off. I don't look so chubby, chunky football player-y anymore. That's a good feeling. I noticed my stomach's getting a little smaller and my butt's getting smaller, and these are supposed to be, they were skinny jeans and now they're baggy. So yay, yay for me. And that's just a shadow. It looks like my boobies are drooping, but it's because of the bar on the closet right there. They're not. So let me go do my makeup. This was just a sidebar. So I put this on, and it's just kind of more like a gloss. I got it from, I think, that Mini Moo Moo, that Asian store, I think. But it was like $1, and I love it. And it's Color Stay, it says lipstick. There I am. Oops, bra strap showing. I put my shirt on now. So here I am in the better lights, you can see. My eyes are a little dark for daytime, but whatever, who cares? That's me in the sunshine. There's no good light anywhere. There. That's it. Off to the mall. So I make artisan bread, and I tried a different recipe yesterday, and it's called oatmeal honey artisan bread. And artisan bread, you don't have to knead it at all. It's so cool. There's no kneading whatsoever. So I literally got up. I think I was talking to Jesse on the phone last night because he's just such a sweet soul. There was a First Nations woman that was called horrible, horrible names at the mall. And the lady that called her these racist slurs bumped her daughter with the car and bruised her. It was like awful. So he's getting together a basket of love from the city of Edmonton, and so everyone's donating all this. So I just called him and just was so proud of him for doing that. So anyway, in the amount of time it took to make the call, which was probably 5 minutes, I was done this bread. All you do is add ingredients to a bowl, stir it, and put plastic wrap on top. And I stick it in the oven to do its rising, and as one fellow says, you let Mother Nature do the work. So now I just have to turn this onto this floured cutting bowl. I'm just going to get a little spatula. But I have made this before and I've left the recipe. I'll leave it again up in the upper corner somewhere up here for you guys to, if you want to make it. This one's just a little bit different, but they're all the same at the end of the day in what you add. But I had never made this one, and Richard loves oatmeal so much, so I thought, let's make some honey oatmeal. I don't eat this bread because I don't eat bread. Thank goodness. I mean, I like bread like everybody else, but I'm not a bread lover. Like some people, that's just... I think I can even knead this with one hand. Not even knead. All you do is just kind of shape it into kind of a ball with a little bit of flour. There's flour on the board, so, and then we're just going to let this rest for about 10 minutes. And that's going to be pretty much all you're going to do, except on this one, after this 10-minute rest, I'm going to come and I'm just going to incorporate some oats on the outside of it. So there's oatmeal in it, I think you can see it, but just so that the crust has a lot of oatmeal in it. And so we'll leave that for a little bit. Okay, excuse me, it's been over 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna take some oats and just kind of a little bit incorporate them into this loaf. Let's put them all over. Just doing it by, I've got my Robin Hood Oats thing. Richard eats oatmeal every day, and for special days, he puts fruit on it. Like if it's Easter or Christmas. That is how much of an oatmeal eater he is. Every single day, every day, on vacation. He's gotta have his oatmeal. So I got him that tin a few years ago. It's perfect. Okay, so I'm trying to do this. I'll do it with 2 hands. It's got this aluminum bowl. You can use anything for a proofing bowl, a basket, whatever. So I just put a little oil in this. I don't normally do that, but this recipe said to, so I'm going to. So a little bit of oil. Put the top in first, then flip it over so the top is on the outside. There you go. And I'm going to move this off this cutting board so I can clean it and use a flour sack tea towel just to cover it up. So I will move this probably onto the table. Oh my goodness, this is this loaf is heavier than most of the ones I've done. So I'm guessing it's going to make a nice big loaf, and Richard's going to absolutely love it. There. For an hour and a half. So I always set the timer for an hour, and then at the halfway, like when there's another half hour, I preheat the oven to, let me just get this right, 60 minutes start. And then I preheat the oven to 450, and I put this in so it heats at the same time as the oven preheats. This needs to get up to 450. That's why it needs to be heating for at least a half an hour. And then at that point, we just put our bread in there and stick it in the oven, and boom, got your bread. Quickly transferred the bread from this container to this, and I'll put the lid on. You don't want to lose that beautiful heat that's in your pot. And 30 minutes. It's going by so fast because I'm reading, and yeah. Isn't this a hard way to make bread? I mean, seriously. Here's our finished loaf, and it has a nice, good, this is how we like it. You can leave it in longer. Oh, it's a little warm, just a minute. You can leave it in longer if you like a really crispy crust, but this is perfect. Oatmeal's falling off, but delicious. So this is the honey oatmeal artisan bread. Here's how the bread looks. Richard just had a piece. What do you think, Richard?
Delicious.
So he's going to have some with butter and homemade jam, apple jam, for lunch. And look how big the slices are. Yeah, this is nice. I like this better. I like the proofing size better too. So, yeah. So look what I'm doing, you guys. I found a whole bunch of this Kinty cloth fabric. My mom, I don't know what she was going to make with it, and she made a whole ton of stuff with it. So I washed it all, and I just taught myself how to make an Amish rag rug. And so I'm just going to keep going round and around and around and around till I have a rug. Isn't that nice? It's so bright and colorful, and you still get the Kente cloth African feeling out of it. That's what I love. I'm glad that it's just going to be in that color. I've never done this before, but I taught myself a new trick, a new skill. Having a relaxing evening with the fire and the TV. And Richard made me my toothbrush tool. And this is how they make them. And I'm just going to go round and round till I have a nice rug. I've got all this. You take the bristles off and you file it to a kind of a rounded point. And then apparently the old-fashioned toothbrushes used to have a hole in them. But this one didn't, so Richard just drilled a hole in so you can put your fabric through. But if you want to learn how to do it, just YouTube it. It's called an Amish toothbrush rag rug. So I'm just on my way upstairs, but I wanted to show you guys. This room here is a cluttered mess. Nothing's where it's supposed to be, and you know how that goes. So I started at this corner. I thought I'm going to come in and just start at the door. And I had these shelves, and I thought I'm going to store everything in little mason jars. And right down to a teeny little jar like this. It's got hook and eyes in it. And then I had that thread thing. I want my room to look very homey and country, you know? And I found this in my mom's stuff, this gorgeous pin cushion. So I just stuck all my pins in there. I've got everything is visible. So I'll step on the stool so you can see what's up here. So you need sewing needles, buttons, elastic. There's more buttons in this. See? Bells, ribbons. I got this from Christina Betts many years ago, and I love it. And it's got seam binding ribbon, that painted stuff. Elastics for sewing. You know, tape, seam binding, zippers, threads, Velcro. And this has miscellaneous in it. And then I always have these ribbons hanging. I love them. And my rulers are under there. And then I hung that painting. I had painted it for my mother. And so I thought, well, I'll just keep it and hang it in here. I'm going to be repainting. Well, not me. The room is going to be repainted. But before I repaint it, I want everything in the place the way I want it. So I stopped here. My clock was hanging on the wall right there. I want it very whimsical, but not too, like, look. This is like just stuff piled. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not horribly messy, but it's piled. And every day I'm doing those inchies. So I sit here and I work. And then I journal the inchy stuff in this journal. So that's always out. And then sometimes I just get up and go upstairs. So, you know, it's just a matter of getting it organized. Like my ephemera is just all in there and up there. And it's all loosey-goosey. So, and this table has books that I'm building, you know, rebinding and stuff. So I just want to get it organized. So I really like this look. The mason jar look. Loving that. And you know, I find I haven't been doing a lot of vlogging lately because I have such an exciting thing to tell you guys. But it's one of those things that you've been told by the powers that be, you cannot say anything. I just can't say anything, but when I can, I will, and you guys will be blown away. You really will. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it. But I just am over excited with this news that I can't tell, you know. So, Can only tell my family. But it's pretty exciting. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. See, already up there, there's the old iron and a baby picture of me. I just have to straighten it up, and me dancing in the wind. That's one of my most favorite pictures of me right there in the orange. Dancing outside the wind. It almost knocked me over, and I was laughing so hard. And then me in the carriage up there. And an old-fashioned iron. But you know, stuff like that, I want to fix it so it looks nice, not just sort of crammed up there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on for the next few months in this room. I know I can't take on the entire room. The old Monica would, but the wise Monica will not, because I want to take everything out of the drawers, get rid of things that do not bring me joy anymore, and pass them on to someone else who would like to use them. All those paints belong in the art house outside, and those brushes, and all that stuff up there. It all belongs in the art cabin. So yeah, it's a work in progress, but this is what I got done today, and I'm very happy and proud of myself. Look at Fitz help.
Tuck it in.
Look at the dog helping Richard make the bed.
in.
Go around the other corner and let's see what he does.
Come on. Tuck it in. Come on. Tuck it in. Come on. Tuck it in. Here. Tuck it in.
Such a good helper. So just got a haircut a couple of days ago for my big secret that I cannot tell you, but I will. It's confidentiality thingy, and I'm leaving on a jet plane tomorrow. I wish I could tell you guys. It's so hard because you want to share it. You know, it's like, hey Google, stop. It's like something you really want to share, but you can't yet, you know? So I'm just making Richard a big pot of stew. So while I'm gone, which is only like that long, I'll be back soon. He'll have something to eat here. So I'm going to make a pot of savory, what was it called? Savory beef and rosemary and sweet potato stew. Some long, it's a beef stew with sweet potatoes instead of potatoes, pretty much. So, oh, you know what, Richard? We're gonna need some carrots. Do you feel like going and digging them out from the thingy?
I'll get some when I go out there. I have to go out there.
Oh, are you going right after you eat this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because, you know, we have to dig them out from our little dirt garden in the garage. Garage. It is snowing like, let me show you. That bad right now. The flakes were so pretty this morning. I was trying to get a picture of it. They were beautiful, like these big, fat, heavy snowflakes, that's when you know it's warmer out. There's a lot of humidity in the air. You get those big, heavy, make a snowman kind of snow. So this is just kind of a dusting. I think this is just blowing because I'm looking at the guy's roof across. Is it windy? Mm-hmm. Well, look at how their roof is blowing. See? I think it is windy.
Oh, maybe it is.
And this might be what this is.
This is snow. It's snowing like crazy out there.
Yeah, it is crazy. So let me get started on my stove. I'm just heating up my coffee for the 10th time. Do you guys ever do that? I mean, it's 3 o'clock and I've had this coffee going for a couple hours, and you heat it up and then it gets cold and you heat it up again. But I just wanted to close off our vlog for this time right now. And I know chewing gum, and I apologize. I know I have a secret to share with you, and I'm bursting at the seams wanting to share it with you guys. More than anybody, it's you guys I want to share it with. I truly do. But it's coming. I promise you. I promise you. Can you see my red on my face? Lupus? Right there. And it's all over. I won't show you. But my waistline and my right under, just above your waist, and my waist just covered in this red rashy thing. So I digress. I just saw it in the camera. It's like, oh, looks like you missed where someone kissed you right there with their lipstick. Anywho, it's freezing cold here, but I will explain. It'll all make sense. And then you guys will be going, oh my God, Monica. Really? Oh my God, Monica. You're crazy, Monica. You know, you'll see. And I'm sorry. And I know vloggers do this all the time, but when you sign non-disclosure things, you can't say anything on social. You just can't. But hopefully you'll tune back in. So I'm going to go downstairs and work on some inchies and get them finished up because I'm a few days behind. Not very many, maybe 2. And oh, this craft room is so messy, you guys. Look at this. Do you ever do this? I think I mentioned this before. Start and then don't finish. Look, come over. Can somebody come over and help me, please? Could I have a friend that does crafts that would understand? I mean, I'm not in a situation where I don't know where to put it. Everything has a place. But it's just, I need to do it. And I don't have the stamina to do everything all in one day like I used to be. Or I used to. So, yeah. It all has a place. And it's just, it'll get done. But it's at a pokey. This is the only part I like looking at. That up there with these hanging down. That's it. Even from that point on. No. Right there. So anyway, I hope you guys all had a good week and time or month. I don't know how long it's taken me to get this vlog up. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. And we will see you very, very, very soon. And I love you very much, and I love you for your patience, and I really love you guys for continuing to watch us. So we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.